another review. Yeah, we're back everyone. So folks, we're back to our Gunpla mode, aka model kit mode. So this time we have a very unique figure that we just, actually it's a model kit that we got. It's called wujimoxing ATH-001, and it is a knockoff of the master grade Strike Gundam. And if you take a look at that, it is very reminiscent to something that we have seen a long time before and has now been extinct in the KO Gunpla scene, which is the Dragon Momoko Strike Gundam. So this came along with this. We're going to put this aside right here. It came along with a very unappealing box. Just a really brown looking box that says ATH-001. We're going to get that out of there. And let's take a look at our handsome looking Strike Gundam. That is an awesome looking Gundam right there. It's a very sleek figure. You could really see the very big difference with the usual Bandai or Daban model Strike. Mind you that this thing did not come with any stickers, so I was very surprised because it still worked without the stickers. I mean, having no yellow markings for the eyes still works with that clear plastic, and it is a very menacing look. That is just really looking sharp. The V-fin, this section right here looks very sharp looking. It is looking fantastically amazing. It actually looks like a very small PG. I think it actually was based from the PG version of the Strike Gundam, having all of these details right here, the paneling, the part separation. It is just really amazing. So again, this is a knockoff, so we all know that there has been two versions, or actually several versions of the Strike Gundam. So you have the original one, and then you got the remastered one, and then came along Dragon Momoko. Dragon Momoko knocked it out of the park with this, and I think this is the revival of that, or it could be a totally different manufacturer on its own, just really knocking off already a knockoff figure or a knockoff model kit. So one thing that we could definitely tell you is that that blue right there, let's go with the colors. It doesn't do justice. I mean, my camera and the lighting makes it really deep blue, but, or not really deep blue, but a strong blue. But if you have this, you know, on hand, you would notice that this is actually more of, has a tinge of violet on it. That one too. The plastic that was used is matte, so it's not shiny. I love what they did with the plastic. The plastic has a really nice feel to it. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel, what do you call this, light. It actually has a good weight to it. It's not as heavy as like a Bandai one, but it still has some good, you know, weight to this figure, or this model kit right here. One thing that I can definitely tell you is that when I built this, I had fun building it because I had little time shaving, although there would be some parts that you really need to shave here and there, but it is undergated, so there's really no need for you to do a lot of shaving. Articulation wise, it is, you know, has a very good articulation. So you have this section right here, you could bring that up. We'll talk more about this. We'll talk about that. So you can bring the pauldrons up right there, the shoulder pads. You have this section that rotate. You have very good articulation when it comes to the arms and the fists. You could actually do that. The fists are, the hands are actually articulated to each finger is articulated, and it's one of those fingers or hands that had a very hard, I had a hard time cutting it out. So just be careful when you cut out this, because you might cut out the finger itself, but it's very fun once you have successfully cut that. There are some sprue marks. I was really paying attention to that because I just really wanted to get this thing reviewed. So please do not mind the sprue works. It has some limited articulation with the waist, because this part right here, this one right here, hits this side skirt right there, so it has very limited one. It can do some ab crunch. You can have the legs go up as much as that, and then it gets blocked by the skirt. You can do a bend. It is double jointed, so you can have that angle right there, which is pretty cool if you ask me. It can go all the way to that. That is just abnormally weird. And then of course you have this motion right here where you could really just do the splits, a la Chuck Norris right there. Since this is the strike, you have these side skirts as holders for the daggers. And let's take a look at the daggers right here. So there are two of those. Oopsie, it's starting to fall apart, but let's try to pose that right there. So the daggers are here, and you can definitely have the Strike Gundam hold that. There you go. You could have the Strike Gundam hold it. I just don't have the time to really fiddle around with that. But yes, it's something that this figure or this model can definitely hold. So there you go. Really awesome figure, or awesome model kit. Let's put that back in there. So another thing that I would like to point out with this is that this is actually a sword strike Gundam. So that means it has the sword unit. I just really want to watch me struggle again. Let me just try to put that in there. It doesn't really have to be nicely tucked in. But this is a sword strike Gundam, and we'll have the sword armament later on. So I am thinking that they'll probably do the same route as what Dragon Momoko did years before, where they would launch 3 versions of this, and each version would have like its own modular attachment, which means you'll have the launcher pack, you have the strike pack, the sword pack, and then you have the ale strike pack, which would most likely complete it and combine it into the perfect strike. So speaking of that, let's have a very quick size comparison with the strike, the sword strike, or not really, I'm getting confused, the perfect strike. And here is the Daban model perfect strike. Here we go. This one is a little heavy, so it's doing the splits right now, but yeah, we'll most likely see that effect really soon with this brand right here. So take note, this is not Daban, this is not Gao Gao, or this is not TT Hongli, this is wujimoxing. So there you go. So that is the brand right there. And if you really take a gander at that, you'll notice that there's a very big difference with the whole thing. I mean, noticing how the paneling and how the part separations work, it is just leaps and bounds when it comes to the design of the original molding or the copy of this, which came from Bandai. So it's just really something that I really am liking. It's super good. Plastic wise, building wise, articulation wise, design wise, it's just a real winner. I mean, versus what you have with the Daban. So we're gonna get rid of this little guy right here. Not really get rid, but just try to set that aside. Let's have another one. So this is another Daban strike, but it's really more of a spare. So some of the questions right away that we've been, in the group we've been getting is that, does it come with a shield and does it come with a rifle? Now, this model, the ATH-001, should have, again, take note, should have a rifle. But when I got my copy from the shop, apparently they don't have the M runner and the N runner, which contains the parts to build the rifle and parts of the shield, which is very important. We're going to tackle that in a bit. So I was just really, just disappointed with that, because I tried getting in touch with this shop where I got this from, and they said they will try, okay, but I haven't really heard from them. It's almost been a week now and haven't heard any response to them. But if you take a look at that again, plain versus plain, the only big difference is that you have a rifle, you got a really nice shield on this, but design wise, ATH-001 really takes it. It is just phenomenal. There you go. And look at that sexy looking back right there. Let's just have a very quick focus on that one. That is just one sexy looking back. I like what they did with the legs. Obviously this model did not skip leg day. It pales in comparison. I mean, this one pales in comparison to that. It's very rounded, which is, I'm not really saying it's bad. I mean, this is where it was based from, you know, provided that this was the Bandai one, but we got another Daban model right here. But what I'm saying is that they just really took the liberty of upgrading this, whoever the designer is. I mean, I'm thinking it's Dragon Momoko, and they just copied it. But again, Dragon Momoko is now extinct, so it's possible that they're the spiritual successor, or the what do you call this, the one that's going to take up the mantle of what Dragon Momoko left off in the market. So they're going for that niche where they have to step up and be the one, you know, giving this chance to all those people who missed out on that model kit to grab that opportunity to get it. Another thing is that, if you notice, is that it's a tad, let's try to do a, here we go, both are standing upright, and it's a tad taller than the remastered Strike. The face is also a bit bigger and sharper. This is a little bit more rounder in a way, and smaller, which I kind of hate, because, you know, the Strike is one, if not, it's there, number one. It's sharing the seat with Death Sight. It's one of my favorite. It's, if not, it is the my most favorite Gundam out there. And I'm just disappointed sometimes that it looks a little bit wimpy in this kind of way, versus this one. It's just boom, it's all about business. I will pound you to death. Yeah. That is just what it's saying right now. I will destroy you, Zaft. I will make you suffer. I hope Kira really says that, but you know, Kira is a crybaby. Oh, boo-hoo. But yeah, that's it. Now, can we open the... Yes, we can, and it's really a bad time for me to actually cut my nails. You can actually open this, and this can actually extend too. I just don't have something to pry it. Maybe we could use the beam. Yep, we could. Oh, I'm gonna break it, but this is one of the beams that came along with that. But if you notice, it can slide. I just don't have enough. I gotta find something to pry that. I don't got a tool right here somewhere. Come on, tool. Where are you? Oh, found it. Oh, there we go. Let's try to do it with the nipper. Hopefully I don't mess it up, and there you go. There you go. We're gonna try to pull that out. And as you pull that out, you can then bring this section down. There we go. Now, another thing that happened here is that what I noticed with this kit is it didn't have any pilot. It didn't have any miniature pilot included in that thing, which was weird. So you could push that in. Oops, sorry. Should have been red first. Come on. Here we go, and then you slide that in. So there we go. Awesome. And let's have another Strike Gundam help us out and accompany us. I think this would really match the ATH-001 when it comes to bulkiness, and when it comes to having a very wonderful looking face sculpt. It is no other than the Build Strike. So the Build Strike, I believe, can match this thing when it comes to the bulk and the presence that it brings. You see those legs right there, it gives you that more squarish appearance, and this one has that too, versus this is very rounded. And I like that the V fin on this is really sharp, reminds you of the sharpness of this one, while this one, it is sharp, but it is more, you know, it's very plain looking. It doesn't have that very strong appeal. So there you go, 3 of the strikes that I actually 4, because counting the perfect one, of the strike Gundams that we have here. So we're going to take a quick pause, and we're going to connect the ATH-001's the sword pack, and let's see if we can also connect some other packs to this. All right, let's pause a bit. We're back, and we have our ATH-001 wujimoxing strike Gundam already in his normal pose right there. So first things that we gotta answer, questions that we gotta answer: can we connect other backpacks to it? So to answer that, let's have this white ale pack from the blue frame, and let's connect that. So first thing that we got to take a look at is what is the shape of the port. So the port really looks exactly just like the Bandai port, the Dragon Momoko port, the Daban port, and it's the same. So it's pretty universal, and it sticks right there. Although this thing is a little loose because this strike pack that I got was really loose as is when I had it. So one thing that you could do to resolve that issue is you could get one of these little babies right here. You can get this is for my wife. So it's a nail polish. You could do a little polish, add a little nail polish on the peg, and that's going to do the trick. So I'm going to plan to do that really soon. So it looks good. Honestly, it looks good, and I can't wait to see the version of this that's going to be coming from this same company, and I have a feeling it would look pretty much just like the Dragon Momoko one. So let's try to remove that. Now, originally it came with this, and if you take a look at that, it really is reminiscent to the Dragon Momoko backpack. So it has this section right here, which holds that huge sword, and let's try to put it in there. Fits like a glove. Very nice fit. I love the blue again. The color is just really nice. It has a tinge of violet once more. This section right here is a pretty nice touch. It has good part separation. So mind you, again, it's all undergated, so very few parts that would need shaving, but there are still some cleanup and touch-up parts that you need. I just really wanted to build it and get it reviewed. So that's how it's going to look like with that backpack. Now it came along with this attachment right here. Now if you notice, there's already this frame section, because the frame section of this is different from this one. It needs this section to be placed there, and it only came along with one part that would hold it in place. So this is what I'm talking about. We have to, and this is the, I guess this is the bad part of the whole experience, and I really wish they did something like maybe place an extra runner for the parts with this, kind of like what Dragon Momoko did. So I'm very much in favor of Dragon Momoko. I am still missing them, and I wish they come back and, you know, just really relaunch and do their stuff, because if you take a look online, Dragon Momoko items are, you know, just expensive now. It's just crazy. It's highway robbery. It is just, oh, Jiminy Christmas, it just went all over the place. Anywho, so this is what I'm talking about. This part right here is what I'm talking about. And you need this. You need this to place this here on this section, this one. There's only one of this. That's it. It comes as a pair, just one pair, and that's it. And then once you have that, you can then grab this section right here and just push it in place. Try to push that in. I kind of lost it. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. You need this. You need this part. So there. Let's try to put that. And now you have this panel, which then closes with this section right here. I kind of have a hard time connecting this. Try to fit it in there. There you go. Come on. Do it. Do it. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Oh, there you go. That's the snap that we want to hear. That's the sound of success. So it has this part right now. Try to focus on that. Really nice color separation again. Part separation really looks fantastic. It doesn't look cheap. That plastic looks great. And what you could do now is just slip this in here. You can even feel the tightness. This is what I like about this. It's just, the fitting is tight, and it's not tight, dangerous tight, like you're gonna break it tight. It's tight that it's just gonna fit right. That's what it is. And that's what you want in a model kit. It's not loose, it's not anything. Although there is some looseness here. So this is, ooh. And in other model kits that I've seen, this part right here is loose, but for some reason mine just becomes really stable at this angle right here. So you have this side now, and then you could get the boomerang, this one, and then you could put the beam or the dagger, boomerang dagger, whatever you want to call it. I think it's very, this is where they based that one from the Destiny Gundam. You know, the strike is really just the basis for most of the seed kits, you know, the seed mobile suits. So let's just put that here. There you go. Did I put that right, or is it like this? I am I'm a little bit confused. Oh yeah, it's the other way around. I think it's the other way around. I think it's this way. There you go. So there you have it. That's it. That's your sword armory. Now it came with a shield, mind you. It came with this. So here's the problem. Here's the problem. And I kind of mentioned this earlier. It looks nice, looks fantastic. There's no way for you to put that here. It should look something like this. You know, it's here on this section. There you go. Kind of looks like that. But the problem again is that the shop that where I bought this from had missing runners in the whole set. So I didn't want to return it because I kind of like it already as is, and it's going to take me a while for me to get the replacement, I bet you, if I return the item. So I just stuck with it, and I don't have this. If you check out the manual, which by the way, let's have a gander at that manual. I think we failed to show the manual, so we're gonna put this thing right here. Just stay that over there. This is the manual. There you go. wujimoxing ATH-001. So it did not have the N runner, which had the rifle, and it did not come along with the M runner, which is the base part for your shield. And that is just really a sad thing, because if you go to this page right here, I think this is the one. Nope. Let me try to find that. Jiminy Christmas. Here we go. So this is the part that's missing. That one right there. That would connect over here. And that's the whole M runner. And this is the whole N runner. So it's just really disappointing, because I've been I've been transacting with this shop for quite some time. I actually visit them in the mall, and when you go there, they're really nice. They're, you know, the products are really cool and all, but for some reason this time around, you know, the customer service is just really sucky. So I don't have anywhere to place this. That's a bummer, total bummer. Let's take a look at the sword right now. That sword looks magnificent, very, very reminiscent from the Dragon Momoko one. But again, Dragon Momoko wins this whole thing because if you remember, when Dragon Momoko launched this version, they got 2 of these. You can actually have 2 of these placed here. Try to put that there, and you'd have 2 swords on this thing's back. So it just really wins, and you could have like a double sword pack right there, and that's just really a total winner. And if I'm not mistaken, the earlier versions of that even had a connector piece where you would have 2 of these together, and it would be just like a huge sword, like a huge freaking sword that you could have. It's like a Buster Sword from Cloud of Final Fantasy. So that's how it is. So let's go ahead and put this. Let's connect this. There's that hole right there where you could go ahead and just put and slide it into the hand. If I can just really do it and angle it, because it's so hard to do it on camera. It's just sometimes when you have these things, you just can't find the angle to do it, because it's easier if you do it off cam. But I'm gonna try to feel my way around it, just fiddle around with that. Come on, come on. Watch me struggle again. Here we go. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Jiminy Christmas, why? We will. I don't want to pause the video, but I think we have to, because I need to really place this thing right. We'll be right back. And we finally have the sword snapped into those hands of our ATH-001 wujimoxing. Getting you mispronounce it. Wujimoxing. There you go. Wujimoxing. ATH-001 Strike Gundam. And what I'm telling you is that this is one heavy sword right there. You could really do it in such a way where it's going to stand like that and have the sword, I know it's just really tall. There we go. And try to place it back to our initial position. But if you don't hold it this way, because this way it's going to carry the weight in this motion. This is okay. I mean, the gravity, the center of gravity is pretty much good, and it can take that weight. But the moment you do this, boom, it just falls. It is going to droop. It is going to just really bring that sword down because of the sheer weight of the plastic that's involved here. So if you want to do some dynamic poses, I would just really stick with poses that would retain the sword in a very, you know, top angle, like so, where the center of gravity would play around most likely within the arm section, and it's not going to be a very big, what do you call this, stress. There won't be that much stress on the wrist, because the moment that the wrist would carry the weight, if you take a look at that, just try to angle it again, it would, there you go, you see that, it slowly drops, there you go. But honestly, what do you call this, imperfections set aside, missing parts and components set aside, this is just really a bummer. I really like it. It is just an amazing looking model kit right there. Plastic quality, great color, great design, awesome, absolutely awesome. The play, I wouldn't say it's playable. because it's not a Transformer, but play factor, it's there. I mean, you can pose it as much as you want. So why don't we? Is this for a Transformer channel? Transformers, more than meets the eye. Let's put one of the most recent acquisitions that we have with a Transformer. Here is Transformers Legacy Evolution Armada Optimus Prime. He also has a big fat sword, and he's a lot bigger, but this one's already big too. I mean, the Strike Gundam is already big. Let's bring another Strike, because I love Strike Gundams. We're gonna review this little fella soon. Let's have the Build Strike, the high grade Build Strike. Let's place this guy in the mix right there. And you can see how the HG Build Strike is that small when it comes to this comparison right there. Let's have another Strike. Let's put more Strike Gundams. Here is the Daban Strike Gundam. There you go. And they look great. They look fantastic together. I mean, if you're a big fan of the Strike Gundam like I am, specifically when Mu Lafarga was the one piloting that, and not Kira, because I don't like Kira. It was amazing. It's just an amazing model kit. It's amazing. It's an awesome mobile suit. There you go. That is just a really, really cool mobile suit. And we're going to take a final pause and give our final say for their ATH-001 wujimoxing Sword Strike Gundam. Folks, we're back, and we have our final look at our master grade ATH-001 wujimoxing. There you go. So this is the again, this is our master grade Strike Gundam, Sword Strike Gundam. There you go. And together with the rest of the strikes here in the video, they look amazing and fantastic together. There you have it. Now, before we go, I failed to mention that there was another extra piece that you could connect with the sword. It's another alternate tip. It's a little bit longer when it comes to the what do you call this, the blue plastic comes along with that. And there are some extra runners. So you have this one right here for the fists, and of course the sides, or the waist sides, for the strike. You also have what I would say the clear plastic for the blaster or the rifle. You have some poly caps that are not used. This is obviously, and I'm really excited, this is obviously for the ale pack. That is just the yellow for the ale pack. And of course some unused poly caps from the strike. So overall, at 1,400 pesos, this is something that you would definitely be getting, provided that you have already a Dragon Momoko. You would definitely see similarities to this, but I didn't get a Dragon Momoko. It took me a while to really try getting one, but when I was trying to get one already, it was about to go extinct in the wild. And after that, it just went really super hard and difficult to acquire a Dragon Momoko Strike Gundam. And now if you get one, it is, you know, costing like an arm and a leg, like around 2,000 to 3,000. I've seen some wacky posts selling it for around 6,500. That is just highway robbery. So I don't think that that is really a good pricing for such a model kit, even though that they're saying it's rare already. It's really good kit. It's rare. But here we are. We got wujimoxing ATH-001 priced at 1,400 pesos. I think that is really, really good. It is something that won't break the bank. It's not something super expensive. Just mind you, if you're getting this, check the box. Do not be super excited like me. Check the parts. Make sure that you go through the pages one by one and you see if all of the runners are there, because you'll most likely end up, I'm not saying that it's the shop's fault. I'm not saying that. It's probably just me. It's probably something that I got. I was, you know, lucky, unfortunate enough to grab a box that had a missing M runner and an N runner. So hopefully it doesn't happen to you. But that's pretty much it for us. I hope you liked this video. If you have liked the video and you think that these videos are really doing great for you when it comes to model kits, KO Gundams and whatnot, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, click on the bell notification button, and click on the like. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, you are awesome. Till all are one. Peace out. Rock and roll.